Roger, 0J, and I feel fine. Liftoff and the clock has started.
This is No Offense, eh? Brought to you by Matt Buchanan Studios with comedians Matt Buchanan and Jackie Graham. Be sure to visit our website at www.mattbuchananstudios.com and you can order my new book, An Explanation for Life, the Universe, the Brain, the Mind, and Consciousness. We mean you no offense, so please don't cry. We are comedians, so that's our alibi. So if you don't like us, please don't cancel the show. We're just having fun, so just let it go. I reread Harry Potter last year, like the whole series in the last 12 months or so, and I'm on the very last book. Yeah. It's one of my favorite series. I love to read it, but I'm on the last book and the last chapter, and I've been putting off reading the last chapter for weeks now because I just don't want to finish it again.
Aww. Is this what, the chapter where they're, all, adults?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, my God.
Imagine that. It's. I think it's reached the statute of limitations. It's been out for 20 years. If you don't know, then,
If you don't know, now you know.
You still working over there? Is it on? Recording?
We were recording the whole time. Now we can, Matt, start from here.
All right.
Yay.
Future me, when you watch this in a few days, clip it here. Clip it right here. This is where we'll start.
Sweet. Is
Although
future you the same you as you are now?
It is, I think. It's I know that it's going to be me who's going to be watching this back soon. So if I watch that's past me, there really only is one you, and it's the you that is exactly present at the exact moment in time. But we experience time as this continuity. Yeah, we just started off so heavy. Meanwhile, we were just having a nice discussion about finishing series. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, so Jackie's just finished watching Vikings. Yeah. I brought up the very topical reference of finishing Game of Thrones, which was 2.5 years ago. But it's the same feeling and why.
I honestly don't know when Vikings actually came out though.
It might still be
it's long over. It's not. No, but it's really the ending's just rough.
Yeah, that's too bad. And Game of Thrones was the same way. It was just all kind of thrown together. And at the very end, it's just record more episodes. That's what you want.
Yeah. I don't know. Vikings, you could really notice. Okay, that was weird. I feel there was an audio issue. I do still hear us. There we go.
I hear us now.
Yay.
Motherfucker.
All right.
That's fine.
Future Matt.
Future Matt.
Right now.
Now. I really mean it. This time.
Yeah.
Clip it here.
Stay vigilant.
I don't know what the beginning of this show is going to be at this point, but I should just do a
episode 5.
5.2.
Oh my God, we are literally this series thing we're talking about right now, where it starts off super strong and then they just fucking just don't give a shit by the end of it. It's all just thrown together.
That's it. We're 5 episodes in compared to. We're finishing off this series week. Who needs a strong finish? I've kind of noticed our episodes do tend to taper off at the end because we never know how to finish an episode. I just kind of end it when it's we reached a time.
Oh yeah, no, we haven't quite figured that out yet. I also just never know what to do, so I just awkwardly wave.
Yeah, me too. I usually just kind of look at the camera and then realize that the show's ending. And then I get sad because we had so much fun. What fun it is, Oh, man, it was good. I mean, this is episode 5. I realize that, too. We never do tend to introduce the episode.
Oh, that's, yeah.
But now you guys know.
Welcome to
it's
episode 5.
It's in the title. Oh, that's very good. You could do a hotel greeters. That'd be nice to wake up to.
That is what I've always dreamed of.
What's the other one that's the one that would come over an intercom, that kind of thing,
Yeah. Or I was thinking something the voice of the girl that announces the bus stops.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, or I guess it's a guy here, but
Is it? I can't remember. I remember I used to ride the bus like all the time, and
now you pay someone to shovel your
bang in.
driveway, so
yeah, I don't take the bus anymore either.
Start from the
Things are
bottom.
really looking up.
There's a bus stop actually right outside my apartment, so I hear it constantly. Where it just that little ding, and then it's like.
Oh yeah.
I honestly am not sure what the station or the stop is because I haven't listened that hard, but.
My friend, he lives in the building that he lives in. He's right near the elevator, so whenever the elevator opens, he hears the ding. But what he did, he took clear tape and went and like covered the speaker entirely in clear tape that you can barely see it now, and now it's like really muffled the decibels out, so he doesn't hear it in his apartment anymore. I was like, that's something. That's a nice.
Yeah,
move.
that's a life hack right there.
Yeah, serious MacGyver play right there. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I haven't actually lived anywhere where I'm like right in front of the elevator, anyways.
No, me either. The last time I lived in an apartment, and it was such a shitty apartment, the elevator probably didn't even have a ding. It certainly
They
didn't
never
have a
work
greeting.
in apartment buildings, I swear to God. Like, this is what I've determined from, like, living in a couple of them. It's like, okay, I want the ground floor or, like, one floor up because the elevator's just never going to work.
Yeah,
Like, don't expect
four-floor
it to.
building, and it's not making it up to the top.
Yeah, always in service.
What I do admire, the Las Vegas elevators, they make, like, they're very polite. You could be like a voice for one of those, for instance, because they do talk to you. They basically greet you at every floor. Welcome to Tahiti Village. You reached floor 11, you know? And
nice.
so it's quite kind. They tell you I'm surprised nobody's like bought ads out on them yet though. So it's like, you reached floor 11. There's a Wendy's.
Yeah.
It's
Not sure
surprising.
what to get for dinner tonight? We got you covered.
Yeah. How have we not? They haven't penetrated that market yet. We're on to something.
We need to penetrate it.
Yeah. More things that. Speaking of penetration, I forgot almost about the butt plugs from a couple episodes ago and how we were going to get those up on the website. Well, I to get that merchandise out. So important. Putin. Butt plugs and Pokemon butt plugs definitely got to be coming soon. We do, however, actually have a very important follow-up from episode 4. Do you remember what we were supposed to follow up on?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Is it the baby
it's
shoes?
Happening. It's the baby shoe. I have one for some reason. I don't know where the second one is. I've got one, so this is it, everybody.
Is this how we're finding out you only have one foot?
The Jordan baby shoes. Yeah, I'm a peg leg. This is going out there to all the peg legs.
Wow, you were a really big baby.
This is my Jordan 1. I think it's a Jordan 1. People who know numbers, I'm just calling it that. I know Jordans all have numbers, so y'all can tell me. Nice. Show the front. Show the front. Look at that. Some serious baby swag. Nike.
Serious baby swag?
Yeah.
That is pretty freaking baller, though.
Not
that
too
your
bad.
parents got that for
that.
you.
6 shoes. I like as if too. Like this was 1992.
Wow.
So that's like when Jordan, like he was still real pop, and then like it was a popular. What's up, Jordans? So that's a pretty. I guess we could call that part of a wholesome segment there. These shoes.
Yeah, that is.
They
really
still probably get the
wholesome.
original lace, the whole deal.
That's
yeah,
so
I think
cute.
I must have the second one somewhere, but when I was like trying to remember where this one was, and I found the one, I was like, okay, that's it. That's the one.
Like when you said baby shoes, I don't know why I was picturing like really, really like
real little tiny toddy
I
shoes.
guess like I don't
That's
know,
kind of what I was
newborn
picturing too.
baby
When I did
shoes?
pick these up, I was like, these look like not my newborns. Like, did newborns wear shoes?
No,
Because
but like they could, but
Yeah.
not that big.
Well, that's what I mean. I just saw this because I was sure that I remembered that this was like my
Yeah.
first shoe. But then when I looked at it, I was even contemplating. I was like, maybe in my head I remember as first shoe, but maybe it's like one shoe, like shoe when I was 1. Right? Did you follow that logic? I don't know.
Right.
First walk.
Your
I need to
first
just ask my
year
mom.
of
We should
life.
do a call my mom segment. She would love to hear from me. Hey mom,
Call
we're
my
live
mom
on there.
segment.
Uh,
Aw, that would be like a nice wholesome segment.
one day
Let's call up Mrs. Buchanan.
she would not know what to say on air. That's for sure. Or if I didn't tell her we were on air, that would be... Nah, she wouldn't like that either. That'd be mean. I don't like to tease my parents like that. They're supportive enough of my comedy, given that it's not their taste.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to bring them down with me.
Yeah, my parents are pretty cute. It's like they're not they don't have the same taste in comedy or like, you know, same sense of humor, but they're very proud and supportive of what I'm doing.
Well, that's all you can ask for, right? That's fantastic.
They'll sit there and just, you know, be humiliated in public.
Watching you do comedy.
Yeah.
That's my parents, everybody. But they're proud of you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And
you know, as proud as they can be.
I like watching. I wish we had more stand-up going on. I like watching you do stand-up, and we did get to finally see a good stand-up show recently. You know, finally the clubs are back opening. Things are starting to happen again.
I feel like people came out strong
that
too.
way.
Like
yeah, there was some really
a lot of R words.
Yeah, because they knew it was an only comics night. So we went to an only comics night, so everybody who was there, they knew the crowd. Like, really, though, I mean, genuinely.
Or just didn't care.
I remember somebody, I can't remember who was the one who said it, but somebody said, like, this is, like, the saddest work office party ever, and I was like, that's so true.
Yes, where, like, none of us get paid or something.
Yeah, where nobody
like, for
gets
a job
paid.
that no one gets paid. Like, oh.
There was too many people that night to remember who said that, even, but whoever did. Shout out.
Yeah. Now we're just telling your joke back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Worse.
But it was funny. Like, I enjoyed that. Good show, though. Everybody, go check out the local clubs, man. Wherever it is that you live, just check out those clubs. Go out and support. The fact that they're staying open is huge.
Yeah, support local comedy.
All the time. Always. And my preference is live comedy. So, you know, come and see us live, too, even though you're watching us digitally, virtually. So this is what we can do now, though, and we're having fun with it. You know what else, though? It's kind of a follow-up from last week, but it's an unexpected follow-up from last week, which I've saved this just for you.
An unexpected
follow-up. So I can't make this shit up. I really can't.
Oh,
make
God,
this shit up. I told you, I swear to God, I told you, I got more mail from my grams. This came in yesterday.
No way.
I decided to save it for the show. I really got more mail from my grams.
We're just gonna have a segment that's just you unboxing stuff from
mail. I was
your
like,
grandma.
as long as I keep getting it, and I guarantee, like, this is definitely not because she saw the last episode. It's definitely not. This is purely. I'm gonna make a guess. I think it's a book. It feels like a book. Books are pretty easy to tell what they feel like in a package, but. Because I don't know, I wasn't expecting the last package. I didn't think we were celebrating anything. We were celebrating Valentine's Day because my grandma's the sweetest, you know. But now I got a book.
Think we were celebrating anything as in you and your grandma. Like, that's so cute.
Well, I was like, it wasn't a holiday, at least not in my mind. Like, I don't usually think of Valentine's. And this package came in, and she has sent me books in the past. Like, she reads all the time, like probably a book a day at least, and she'll often send me books when she's done reading them that she thinks I'll like. It's really nice of her too. And anytime they come across anything that's like brain like or brain oriented, they always want to show me that, so that's always fun. So I'm gonna open up this. Also, a side note for this is what smells like campfire. I realized that a few minutes ago. So everybody was complimenting how good my cologne smelled. That's not actually what happened.
It was a theory.
I thought it was my cologne. Because basically they're saying that Jackie and Firdaush, they're saying it smells good in here. And I was like, well, I haven't done anything different, I said. I haven't done anything different. But I thought the only sense, I was like, I used Lysol in the room. I fucking, I had cologne on. No, we couldn't figure it out. But it's notorious, and I don't mean offense to my grandparents, but my granddad, he's been smoking since he was like 7 years old. And when you say that, it's like, what? That doesn't even make sense. But he grew up in an orphanage where cigarettes were traded for chores.
Oh, yeah. My grandma talked about it, too. She used to, if she would, like, do some knitting, she would get a cigarette as payment when she was, like, 10.
That was it. That was your payment. The older kids in the orphanage would give the younger kids cigarettes to, like, do their chores and shit. Like, that's fucked up. So he's been smoking his whole life. He does still smoke, like, at least a pack a day, like, a lot. So most things that come from their house do have that smell, but it's kind of
smell
odd
like cigarettes. It smells like good.
It just smells like smoke. But I realize like this is it. You get that? That's it, eh? Like you
oh my
smell
God.
it.
Wait. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure that's it. Because I smelled it when I brought the package in too.
No,
like,
I don't smell it.
you guys are crazy. I don't know. Let's see what's in the package, everybody. If we're looking at this, I don't know what it's going to be about, but it definitely is a book. Very cool. We were talking about this last week a little bit. I see Scotland. It says Scotland, 100 years ago. The Charm of Old Scotland Illustrated. Awesome. I actually really like books like that. Just like nice illustration books covering certain histories, art pieces. Very cool, Graham. Thanks, Graham. I never call her that. Oh, look at.
Oh,
there's a letter.
Yes.
There's a letter inside the book.
Oh,
this
is so lovely.
This is awesome. This is cool, though. Very nice.
I feel like this definitely seems to fit in with your vibe.
My vibe? What about my vibe?
Your strong, Scottish vibe.
That actually does look like the Edinburgh Castle. If I had to guess, I'm guessing on the front. Which is what the Harry Potter castle was like modeled after.
Oh.
So there was this place called the Elephant House, which is a cafe in Edinburgh where the first Harry Potter book was supposedly conceptualized, and I guess J.K. Rowling spent a lot of time writing in that cafe.
Oh, wow.
And in the back of that cafe, there is a window which has a nice view of the castle like this, and it was said to inspire that. And so
that's so cool. I could just imagine like her sitting there, and then like the shot where they're coming up to Hogwarts and you see like the castle.
Very epic moment.
Yeah,
for so many childhoods. That was like the first thing I did in Edinburgh. First day, I guess. I got there, I arrived in Edinburgh when I went for the Fringe Fest, which I think we were talking about last episode a little bit. So when I went to the Fringe Fest, the first thing I did, because I arrived in the evening, like I was saying, was I ended up just going to comedy shows that night. First of all, it was like 9 o'clock. I was like, I'm probably not doing anything tonight. I was like, what am I going to do? I just got into town at 9. And then I look up on the Fringe Festival, and there's literally shows that go until 2 a.m. like every night. So shows starting at 12. So I went to some late shows. I saw 2 shows that night. Wasn't expecting to see anything. And then the next morning, the first thing I did was went to the Elephant Hut. And you know what I had? I ordered a slice of cheesecake and like another dessert. That's all I ate was 2 desserts, because fuck yeah.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic, honestly. Sounds like a great way to live your life. Okay, this could be horribly sad if this takes a turn.
Yeah, I've been sick as of late.
This will be the last book you'll ever get from me.
I hope that's not it. So the one thing is, though, she has very like her penmanship is incredible, but it's like too much for me. I could probably it might be a struggle for me to read.
Actually, kind of looks like my mom's handwriting.
Can you read this very easy? Okay, there you go. Thanks. Maybe you could read it easier, but I just want to, let's see, Dear Matthew.
Make sure there's no secrets
this is
told.
you never know. There's some things in our family that.
I need to fill you in on the long family secret.
I might not be able to read everything, but I'll try to get the gist of it. Like the other day I was going through my bookcase looking for a particular book. She didn't find it, but I came across this one, and I enjoyed it, reading it, and it isn't a difficult read.
Which is crucial.
That's crucial. She wants me to know. I mean, she is aware that my reading level is a bit poor, so it's not a difficult read, and I would love to follow up with follow in his footsteps. But I don't think that it is within the realms of possibility. So I guess following in the footsteps of the book, which was something to do with, going through these 100 places in Scotland. That sounds lovely. They did recently get to go on a trip back home to Scotland like a couple years ago that my uncle and aunt, her daughter, paid for, which was really nice of them.
Aww.
Anyone would celebration for you receiving your doctorate? Any word? Oh, any word of a celebration for you receiving your doctorate? It's because all the things have been postponed.
Right.
There's been no official celebrations, no convocations, none of that. and they were definitely looking forward to that. So she's asking about that. Grandpa's still getting his injections into his eye. He had a surgery in his eye. I'm not going to read the rest of it, but you guys get it. You want me to read the rest of it? No.
If it's getting into health problems.
Yeah, it's just, but you get the idea. It's just sweet that she,
yeah,
that they send me letters and I get to read that and enjoy that. And she sent this book, and that's our little follow-up to last week.
Oh, that's so freaking
Mail
wholesome.
from Grandma. It's hard to beat the Valentine's Day letter from last week, though.
Yeah, but like there was some like I don't know, like that, like
to beat that.
I don't know, makes my heart feel things.
I hope some listeners out there are really getting something out of this. You know? Call your grandparents. You know, write them a letter, do something for them, and
really,
you know, I need
like,
to do something for them too.
Yeah, we should write a letter back to them.
Yo. We should. And we could read the response on air too, you know. It's like a whole.
Literally, it's an ongoing.
This is literally a segment now, and my grandma doesn't even know about it. She has no idea how crucial of a part she takes in this show.
It's better if she doesn't know. We want these responses to be as candid as possible.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull something up here and see what you think about this video. Let's see. It is so I came across this one the other day, and I don't know, it got me thinking.
Okay, that sounds...
it's called Terrorism, Tourism. Terrorism.
Okay, sorry. The first thing I'm going to notice, it says podcast, but outside. I'm already offended.
The channel that this came from. Podcast.
Like, no, that's their sign there.
Yeah, and their sign too. Wow. Hi, be a guest on our podcast. We'll pay you $1.
Oh, like that's so annoying. Like you're just forcing everybody to listen. Great. The other one said support free speech. So now I'm just an asshole. I'm who they're fighting against. But like, put some goddamn headphones in.
It's all a setup. How do they even have them on headphones? Like, I wonder if they're really actually connected out there. These guys can get connected out there and all this shit, and I can't even fucking keep our audio going for 10 minutes. God damn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they look like they really got it together.
They got it. I don't know.
Look at the facial expression on the one guy.
He's the character. This is the guy. I mean, he is a terrorism tourist. So basically, the idea is he likes to go to places where there's tourism. We'll let them tell you about it. Or he likes to go to places where there's terrorism, in order to save money on travel. Like, seriously.
All right, so far fucking genius.
Yeah, everybody's they're taking notes, booking planes right now.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
Fun. I mean, this sounds kind of macabre, but I like to go to visit a country after a terrorist attack.
Okay.
After a terrorist attack, you know, the horse has already left the barn. It's cheap. And I was in Istanbul after they had that bombing at the airport. So I went there.
Oh my! I got Jesus Christ.
How many people do you think were on the bus?
2.
1.
You.
So I got the whole
You.
He's like stoked to get a whole bus tour to himself. So he traveled to Istanbul after the bombing. Where else did he go? Let's see.
Why are you here?
Bus, and I stayed at a $300 a night hotel for $30.
Oh my gosh.
I was in Morocco after they
went to
chopped off
Morocco?
two girls' heads off.
Jesus.
What?
And I was on this trail, on the same trail that they were on.
So wait, when you read the news of a terrorist...
For everybody who's not watching, the guy who is the terrorism tourist, he looks exactly like you think he would look like.
Yeah.
He looks...
I don't think he's closed his mouth completely this whole time.
He does not have his mask on either, actually. Yeah, I think these guys do.
Oh, interesting.
He is not... I don't know. I wouldn't pick him for a traveler.
He's holding a sign, though, that says support free speech, which I think also means that he may be an anti-masker.
That could be... They're at some kind of rally.
We don't want to muffle that speech. But...
So it looks like there's some kind of rally, actually, because in the back, like, there's a lot going on in this.
Oh my God,
picture,
you're right.
Like,
so yeah, there's
like
2 guys with an outside podcast.
But this guy has a mask on in the rally, so it's probably not an anti-mask thing.
No, I think it must be about free speech.
Just strictly free speech.
Or
we can all be in support of that, I guess. You can't, we're comedians, we're just having fun. Oh, Jackie, you were going to do a song for us, weren't you? That's one thing we were going to do. The Matt Buchanan Studio. I can't remember how it goes, but it was something
Jesus Christ Superstar?
Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ Superstar.
Well, I did that on the last one, didn't I?
I don't remember if we ended up, or maybe it was
Yeah.
a pre-show.
Oh, maybe.
Pre-show. A lot of excitement in pre-com that sometimes people miss out on.
Well, that's for something we're going to add to the intro, correct?
Yeah, that might be happening. Yeah, future Matt.
Yeah.
Plug here. I'm gonna have so much fun watching those and watching me, and I'm gonna be
Talking
sitting
to
alone
yourself?
on my couch doing these probably, or in here in the studio, and I'm gonna laugh to myself because I'm gonna that's me.
So meta.
And then I'm gonna take a video of that happening, and it never ends. I end up in an
Get
entire.
a picture of yourself on your shirt.
Where else did he go?
Attack, you're like trying to hit orb.
We all want to know
That was
where
an
else
excellent
did he go.
segue.
He went to Istanbul bombing, Morocco after 2 girls were beheaded.
Right. On the same trail.
Interesting choices.
That's it. I
Well,
mean,
you get really good deals, and the security is fantastic.
The security's
I've
fantastic.
gotten flights to Peru, round trip for $280.
and what happened right before that?
Oh, there was probably an earthquake.
There's probably an
So 9/12,
earthquake.
doesn't even
2001, you're on a
matter.
flight to New York. You're like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Like, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty brutal, but also he looks so happy. Like, he just looks like a,
He's living his life.
you know, if
Living the
a
dream.
white
of
guy can't benefit from terrorism to get cheap flights, then I don't know what
Jackie
kind of
with
world
the
we
hot
live in.
Where, like, is there anywhere you would go after? I was trying to think about this, and I realized there's one place I ended up that I didn't think it wasn't any cheaper or nothing, but I was in Florida maybe like a month after a hurricane,
Oh.
and I didn't really think about it much until like I got there because there was a lot of things that were still damaged, and then everyone was talking about the hurricane, and but I mean, so that was interesting, and I was not in Katrina, I was in New Orleans like maybe a few months or half a year after Katrina.
Oh, wow.
Again, it was like a port where we left for a cruise, a family cruise, but it left out of New Orleans, and we stayed in a supposedly haunted house.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, there's
that'd be
another
fun.
Is This Gay that came out of that. I wasn't even planning on that. But
Our
it-
haunted house is gay.
No, it wasn't a haunted house thing. It's just that like the pillow fights that ensued in there. I was a kid. It just seems a bit, looking back on it now that I think about it. So it's just like 3 brothers.
All right.
Anyway, that has other problems.
Getting
it
more
sounds like.
suspect.
The suspect levels are raising.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, actually, I went to when I went to Venice in Italy. I think it was like maybe a year prior. They had a bunch of flooding where there
yeah.
was like,
So you're just like fucking canaling down the flood.
well, like when I was there, thankfully it was all fine. But there actually were periods of time during the day whenever the tide would be like higher, so it would actually cover like part of the sidewalk.
Oh, fully like it's like encroaching on the
Yeah.
city itself.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal.
I think I've heard that about Venice, right? That apparently, like people say, in whatever 10 years, Venice will be totally underwater or something.
Yeah,
like that,
there were a
right?
lot of people actually protesting the big cruise ships that come through, because I guess that it does something like the wake is then like
Oh.
eroding the actual island, so it's like actually like sinking.
Oh wow, I never even considered that. That's some like serious, like actual earthly level damage on there.
I didn't know that either before I went.
Meanwhile, I'm the guy who was there for the cruise port. I was on the cruise.
Wow.
I don't remember doing damage to any
You did.
land.
Just know
but
you
we
did.
probably did. I'm a contributor.
You are part of the
Yeah.
problem.
Have you ever been on a cruise? They're kind of crazy.
No, actually.
Very Titanic-like, but even more like intense.
In what way?
Well, they just like make everything extravagant.
Even more intense.
Because it's actually larger than Titanic. Like modern cruise ships are huge, right?
Oh, right, I
In
see what you're
comparison, and they're like
I thought you meant like
they
the
just make
experience.
things like very extravagant on them, and I don't know. It's weird. I was a kid. I think I was 11, 12-ish or something like that when I went. It's the only one I've ever been on. And it
Was it a
like
Disney fucking cruise?
No, it was a Mexican one. So it was like me and your dogs.
Having a fiesta?
Yeah. A Disney one would have been crazy though.
I just
would have
remember
liked that
seeing
kind of
like
shit. That
all
would've
the
been fun.
ads for Disney cruises as a kid, and they just looked so epic.
they have like the giant slides. They play like the movies. They
Yeah, and the
probably
big
even have like
characters.
plays, like live plays.
Oh,
and-
absolutely. They have shows.
Would you
and
ever
stuff.
be a comic on a cruise ship? Because apparently that's like a thing. Like you
Oh,
basically
yeah.
you get booked and you just perform every night, and you're just doing cruise ships. Would you be into that?
I mean, hey, if I was getting paid and
I guess, right,
consistent
yeah.
shows,
Like-
like that's the kind of a dream.
And everyone who's there is
given
like
where I'm at,
probably trying to laugh, like right, like they're coming
Probably
out to
trying
the
to
show,
laugh.
have a good time, hopefully.
even if they're not, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're doing shows that often. It'd be kind of fun to like be able to work stuff out, and it's also in a
Yeah.
very contained space too, where it's like never see these people again, probably. Not that
Except for
you
the rest of the week
Oh,
on the ship.
fair.
They fucking you piss somebody off.
Oh yeah, because
You're
wait,
just stuck
how
on the
often?
same
Like
ship.
that's true. I guess you just be doing the same.
You
set,
probably would be
potentially.
on like I don't even because like the way most cruises are, say it's like they're like 5 days or 7 or like 10 days or something, and it's like one ship and you're all on that, and the ship will only make port like every 2 or 3 days. It'll stop, and then you can like get off and do go around the city wherever the boat stops or something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I've never.
It's not the most best way to travel because it costs you as an adult at least because you can't bring liquor, or there's like only specific booze cruises, like you can't bring alcohol onto them. You have to buy all your liquor there.
Why it's not like all inclusive?
Yeah, I think there's like only certain ones you can get that are like all inclusive. Most actually cruises are all inclusive in terms of food and drink and everything, just not alcohol.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
So there's a lot of sneaky ways to bring in alcohol, I guess, but so I don't know. That would be interesting. I wonder if this guy has ever been on like went to Japan after the tsunami on a cruise, probably, or something like
Yeah,
that.
hit up Chernobyl.
He probably has a permanent stay there.
Yeah.
His summer home is in Chernobyl, well, it's a city, I guess, right? Wherever that
The
is.
deals are just too good.
That was an incredible Netflix special, Chernobyl. Crazy. More flaccid
Yes.
wieners though, but.
Yeah, that
For
was
one episode.
horrifying. I feel like I still think about that show like fairly often.
It was the scenes when they had to go through and kill the dogs. Dogs and all the animals when they're like, we
Yeah.
have to, because they're all contaminated. That was rough. Didn't watch those scenes. That was just
Like it's so
come on.
horrifying. Just like what happens if you don't?
Yeah,
you know?
they're gonna die anyway.
They
It's
just
the worst
melt,
death. Yeah.
basically. Like, blah.
Blah.
Let's not talk about dying.
Yeah, I was
dogs.
gonna show this. Let's move into some wholesome. It's just a bit of wholesome. It's adventures of a hamster. It's a little hamster escaping from a prison that their family made for it, but it's not really a prison.
It's like an escape room.
It's like an escape room, yeah, for this hamster. So this one you really do gotta watch, people. But come on, it's worth tuning in to watch. For.
Yeah, like
mean-
this hamster looks adorable.
And all right, let's check it out.
Oh. All right, he's got the cheese, I think.
So it starts off in a prison with like a toilet.
All right, he's tried the window.
It's got a security camera.
I think he's
He
making his way
literally-
down the toilet.
He gets in the toilet. He sneaks out the toilet into a chubby.
Whoa. This is so elaborate.
This
Oh
is
my
incredibly
God.
elaborate, isn't it?
They made like
They went through a
fake
lot of work.
bricks.
Yeah, he's making it through an obstacle. Literally, he's got to
Why
get
are
through
they
a shooting
putting-
ball.
This is like a video game in real life. Oh no.
The hamster is going up the chute.
Oh, we came back
He
the
made
other
it.
way. This is so adorable. This looks like almost like I like this miniature terrain we got going here. It's kind of like
Yeah, it's so cute. It is
Warhammer.
like a Warhammer setup, isn't it? It's like you could totally have like a Street Fighter battle in there. That's a very elaborate.
Yeah, this
They have a
is.
chain-
and I'm very afraid like
chain
those
link
chains
movable
better
bridge.
hold up.
Oh wait, that was the end of it. I feel like I
We'll
need
never
closure.
know.
If he gets out,
Oh,
does he get out? Oh my God! Look what he's heading into.
Yeah.
A ball pit.
okay, we need to follow up next freaking week.
A
What
follow up.
happened
This
to
this page
hamster.
has more of these too, where they like put him like they've made more of these types of environments. So we'll follow up.
Okay.
Let's see if he makes it out of
See,
prison officially. It's
This
the
is freaking goals.
what is that movie? That major
Prison Break.
Prison Break, great show. Did watch that, but no,
Oh.
the other one that's like super popular that I should know the name of because it's like
A prison
Green
movie?
Mile. Or
Oh,
is
the
that
Green
the one?
Mile?
Is that the one where they break out? No, Cremshaw Ridge. That's not the name either.
Shawshank
Shawshank
Redemption?
Redemption. What is Cremshaw Ridge?
I don't know.
Creme fraiche. A little bit of creme fraiche. Hacksaw Ridge. That's what I was thinking of. Maybe
Oh.
Cremshaw. But what's Cremshaw then? Hacksaw Ridge. That's a good war movie. Very cool war movie, actually. But
Wow.
yeah, Shawshank Redemption of hamsters. What if they just started remaking movies, but
With
like with
hamsters?
hamsters? They just like,
That'd
you
be
know,
incredible.
just take a whole movie, redo like The Hangover. But
Yeah,
it's
with
just
hamsters?
every one's just a hamster character.
That'd
You
be
dub
great.
them. You could literally have voiceovers. I'd watch it.
Yeah, well, it'd be actually really funny to do it for like little children that can't really understand what they're watching anyway, so they just see the cute little hamster and they're like
So true.
loving it, but then the parents
More
actually get
entertaining
to
for the
enjoy the
parents.
story.
Yeah. It's more entertaining for the parents. I mean, they always do, Disney and those ones, they always do manage to sneak in little jokes, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's always fun. And
indeed.
let's see.
Do we want to get into my...
I think we should.
Fucked
Let's
Up Show
get
and
into
Tell?
that. We're going to do
Okay.
Jackie's Fucked Up Show and Tell. It's time,
Yay.
everybody. This is what everybody's been waiting for.
Is it? So this week's isn't as fucked up in the sense of like disturbing or gross.
Just disturbing of the mind.
Okay, so I can already tell you did not get all the pictures.
No, there's two that you sent as web pages again.
But
So
didn't they
we'll
work
have to
last
Google
time?
them. No, I just Googled them last
Oh.
time because they were as web pages. I actually meant to tell you something about that, but let's go through our logistics on air. Let's figure this out, everybody.
Okay, no, it's
No,
fine.
I was just gonna say you could send them in a zip. I'm just doing it now because I think it's funny.
Can you just...
If you send them all in a zip, I won't be able to see them. But which one do you want first? Or how do
Okay,
you,
I
let's-
did have it also in the email. You know, the order of which...
I downloaded
clips
them in the
should go.
order that they came. God damn it!
No, that's all good.
This
So
is
for the
just-
first one... Okay, so anyways... this week's Fucked
We're
Up Show
just
and Tell.
having fun. Yeah. On Jackie's Show and Tell this week, Fucked Up.
I will be
Getting
discussing
there.
examples of the Mandela Effect.
Dun dun dun. The Mandela
In another
Effect.
timeline, maybe you downloaded the fucking pictures properly.
That's exact. We just happened to enter a timeline where I didn't.
Yeah.
That's
great.
all that's happening here. The Mandela Effect. So this is about Nelson, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's basically a concept where a large group of people has a collective false memory
Mhm.
of something. So a lot of people thought that Nelson Mandela died when he was in prison, and then turns out he did not. So, I mean, there's also sort of theory that it's like maybe, you know, it's that whole multiverse thing. We've entered different timelines
Right,
where,
so,
you know,
yeah.
half of us remember it one way and half don't.
So
Or-
I guess the Mandela Effect we might think of more of as like a cultural effect or like a cultural phenomena that appears to happen because given the fact that these large groups, like full cohorts of people, will basically recall believing one thing and not
And like the
And-
same one, like the same memory where it's like, well,
exactly, and they're similar. And then I was just gonna say before that, then I guess the other one you're getting into, the multiverse, that would be more like the metaphysical answer to this question. So I think maybe I'll try to elaborate on that as we go.
oh my god.
Yeah, but we'll start with just like
Get
the culture
high
of it.
before this episode.
Eventually,
Eventually we'll have real music.
I make all the music so
Yeah,
far for the
you're right.
show. Actually, no, that's not true. Josh Taylor Brown also makes the
We
intro.
do not
He's
need
great.
more.
But I think
just
everyone's
A
tired.
whole
of
lot
it.
of acapella.
Still makes me laugh though. That's what doing comedy's all about. Do the things that make you laugh.
Exactly. Laugh at your own jokes.
Right. So
Okay. So
take us away.
the first example of the Mandela Effect that I'm going to show is so Star Wars. Okay.
Mhm.
So Star Wars 1. Oh wait, I shouldn't have gotten you to open it yet because I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
So-
I didn't look. Not intently.
We really got it together this episode.
We're on fire, man.
Okay, so in the movie Star Wars, you recall C-3PO?
Mm-hmm. Robot guy.
Yeah.
I just watched The Phantom Menace like last week, the one with Darth Maul.
Oh,
So good.
the
And
duel.
you do. I think it's the first time you see C-3PO when Anakin's making him, but he's not totally complete yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The dual lightsaber though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of my faves.
So what color do you remember C-3PO's body and legs being?
I remember him being basically, like gold or like, I would say like a gold color, basically. All
Right,
gold,
okay.
yeah.
So I remember him being all gold,
Okay.
and turns out his one leg is silver and has been silver the entire time.
He has one silver leg and it's always been silver.
Yeah, so now we can open the picture.
And it's not just like it was silver in an old movie and then
No.
it became
Like,
gold later.
who was it, James Cameron? Actually confirmed that, he's always been silver. But, like, majority of him is gold, so I could see how, like...
Everyone would just make that mistake. Now...
Okay, the red thing over there is not correct, but...
That's something else, eh? Yeah.
But I do have a second picture also that I sent.
Now, it's worth saying... I'll let you... Okay, so this is the same thing, eh? Just another shot of his leg. What is that? A different C-3PO behind him?
I'm not sure.
I should know. That's probably just a... Now, there is something in...
Not the droids.
In psychology... So not the droids you're looking for. Yeah, I love it. There is something in psychology as well that's called change blindness. This isn't quite that. This is the Mandela Effect. But change blindness is like... You could take... I mean, we should just show one. I don't want to interrupt your segment here, but I mean, like, it's a good thought because change blindness is the idea of, like, one of the common ones you see is somebody, like, sitting behind a desk, and then somebody will come up to the desk and ask a question, and then something will happen, like, the scene will change somewhat, and then the person behind the desk will become... Jesus Christ, excuse me. Will become a whole new person. This is what happens in a drink kind of a show. So the person behind the desk changes, even though they'll like wear the same clothes as somebody else, and then they'll like not. The person doesn't realize that they even changed.
Oh,
did
what?
I explain that well?
Okay, I don't know. I think so, but
it's like if we were to just like, I'm gonna pull it up. We're gonna pull it up on YouTube right here, so you can see exactly what I'm trying to talk about. Change blindness demonstration.
Interesting.
So you're about to see two images that switch back and forth in rapid succession. See if you can spot the difference between them.
Okay.
And keep your gaze fixed on the center. This isn't the example I was explaining, but here's one.
Wait, what?
So these are two images flashing back and forth. Those are different images. Things changed between them. And so now we're going to watch the video again, and it's the benefit of attention. So pay attention to the trousers worn by the man on the far left. As before, keep your gaze on the center. That way it's only your attention that will move. In other words, not your eyes. So his trousers on the far left are changing from blue to gray. So that's not the example I was trying to come up with. There's better, more like live ones where basically it's like almost something you would see in a comedy skit where like someone's a secretary at a desk and then a customer comes up and then somebody walks in front of the customer, like they pass in front of them, kind of distracts them briefly. The person as the secretary swaps and then the person doesn't even realize that it's a new person.
Oh, okay.
So it's called change blindness.
That's
So
interesting.
it's maybe somehow related to this in some capacity, but we're going to go back to...
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think it
C-3PO.
necessarily applies to this one, because apparently it was
Exactly, it's
always
different.
the same.
It always is, so it's like weird that... But what I mean is, I guess that it's like you almost don't realize the leg because you're not paying attention to it. Like,
for sure.
so,
And it's true, because it's like, but I mean, I don't know. I can swear that you remember it being a certain way.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting. So let us know what you think for this one and the rest of them, in the comments, whatever,
Yeah.
Let us know. Write us in. You can do that too. That is a thing. MapBuchananStudios@gmail.com. You can let us know what you think about the Mandela Effect.
Yeah, maybe send mail.
Yeah, or you could write us about something else, if you want to ask us some questions or some shit. It's probably, for this kind of stuff, I mean, it's a lot more effort to do that than to just write in the comments. But
True enough.
All right.
This next
You
one
got
here
another
is
one.
going to blow your mind. So don't open it quite yet.
Okay.
But are you familiar with the show or the books, The Berenstain Bears?
Damn right. Yep.
All right.
Thoroughly enjoyed them.
Berenstain Bears, correct?
I think so, yeah.
How would you
the
feel?
Berenstain Bears.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if I told you it's Berenstain Bears?
Like Stein? Berenstain Bears? Or
Berenstain
Berenstain.
Bears.
Stain like A?
Yes! Like A!
No.
Yes!
No.
Right? Literally, my theory is they're just like Jews that went into hiding. Like they were
had
the
to-
Berensteins, but now they're like Berenstain. Like,
The Bear Jew. I don't know if any of you have seen the
no, the Bear Jew.
Inglorious Bastards. There's
Oh.
they're like a group of Jewish folk who go and kill Nazis and destroy them, and one of them was this giant strapping guy who they called the Bear Jew.
The Bear Jew.
Yeah, so they're Bear Jews. They're
Yeah.
of his lineage.
Yeah, for sure. They're
Is that
literally putting Anne Frank to shame.
But they had to change the name. Putting
Yeah,
her to
so-
shame.
Yeah, because they've been successful in their hiding.
So the moral of the story about Anne Frank is that she should be shameful for failing.
Yeah, she should have.
Is that how the
been-
book ends? Did she fail at hiding? Or did she make
Well,
it through?
she does lose the game, I
don't
think.
She lost the game. It's not 3 lives like Jumanji.
Yeah.
This game
Okay,
is
well, you can pull up the picture now,
hide
too.
or be caught. The big book of the
Berenstain-
Berenstain Bears.
Berenstain.
Berenstain Bears. Yeah, see, that one doesn't sit right with me.
See?
And it's written by Stan and John Berenstain. Is that why? Stan and Jan.
Stan and Jan
Berenstain.
Berenstain.
They really use like, wow, Stain. See,
Berenstain.
and I feel like a lot of people, like this is one of the big ones, right? Where like a lot of people are like, no, it's definitely Stein, the Berenstain Bears.
Oh, yeah, because I remember like from the song, it was like, the Berenstain Bears, you know? It
Is
wasn't the
that how it was?
Berenstain Bears.
The
Oh, the worst.
Berenstain. But they were good books, these books. I
Yeah.
remember. I can't recall
We
why I
didn't
even
mind
enjoyed
that they
them
were
so
Jews.
much, but that sat right with me. You know?
Right?
They're really culturing us early. In fact, it's good to be exposed to that.
Now that I'm looking at them, like, they look rather like white bears.
White bears, don't they? Yeah, they got a very white
Interesting.
honky kind of look on.
Yeah.
And his hat's awfully. I mean, his hat doesn't even. It's not a shape that even should be a hat.
Allowed to exist.
Yeah, it has no bearing on any real hats. There's another one of these with the bears. I saw 2.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like super essential to. I
It's
sent
just like
2.
okay, yeah,
Just to
no, it's-
reaffirm
Yeah,
Berenstain.
the Berenstain. So this would like I probably have these books somewhere. Maybe like my nephew has them now. Like I definitely don't have them here, but like we had them as kids. I don't know if they were given away, but it would be cool to like look at one in real life.
Yeah. And see how your reality is.
What if it
Actually
said
just-
Stein and then you enter back
Right? Oh my god.
and then this
Somehow it
video
made it
evidence.
through.
Yeah,
That would be weird.
all the book burnings.
Look it up.
Yeah, look up what the Steins. Let's find the book cover. Look it up. That's what some people were telling me too. They're like, you should just look more shit up. You're like right there with the computer. So if you talk about it, they're like, because there's a lot of stuff like that just comes up that we weren't planned to talk about. But they're like, oh, look it up. Sure.
I
Fine.
fully.
I
plan
live
to
for
talk
the
about
audience,
these
you know.
bears.
Wait, Berenstain. No, that's not spelling. Apparently, I can't spell.
Did you mean Berenstain Bears?
But I'm gonna go Stein and let's see what the Google results are. So
Yeah,
all these
no.
book covers are showing Berenstain, but the Scholastic Book Fair, man, I remember.
I know, but this is the thing.
Y'all
We've entered a
remember that?
new timeline where even if you go back now, we're in the new timeline. So it's all going to say Berenstain, even though it was Berenstain.
Because that's the timeline. That's true. That's where we are. There, cartoonage in this reminds me a lot of like Recess, as well.
Yeah.
It's got that same kind of drawing. Good show. So
I
there
love
they
that
are.
show.
So many Berenstain. Win Berenstain bears money. That was another one.
Yeah. We had some really good content there. Okay, so this next one, I might be alone on this one. Not
Yeah, which one?
actually alone in the world, but do you recall a movie from the 90s that was called Shazam? And it was about a genie, and it had the comic Sinbad as the genie. Shazam.
No, it's not coming to me. No, I do remember there's like a new movie called Shazam. I think that's like a superhero.
I did notice that recently. Now that I've when I was actually looking into this, I'm like, what is this fucking
Super.
bullshit?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, myself included, have a memory of this movie called Shazam that like had Sinbad in it, and he was a genie. So it turns out this movie does not exist.
Oh.
It never existed.
That was a twist I was not expecting because I was ready to learn about this movie.
No. So there is a movie called Kazam.
Okay.
And that has Shaq in it as a genie.
But that I kind of remember, maybe. I could picture like a commercial, maybe.
Bro. So this picture, I'm not sure which one actually came through. This might be the Kazam one, actually. Right.
This is the Shaq and Kazam.
Yes.
Okay. The world's most powerful genie has just met his match.
I never actually saw this movie, but I swear
Nor have I.
There was a movie called Shazam.
With Sinbad.
That, like, yeah, it was basically the same concept. It's just, that's like, I like that, weird concept of, like, in these potential alternate realities that, like, it's the same reality with just slight differences, you know, where it's like, in this timeline, it's Kazam and Shaq.
And how silly would that be in the grand scope of the universe if that was just a thing where like, yeah, well, we're going to do one just like this, but the only thing different in this one, we're going to do Shaq. And like the whole universe, like some grand being out there made a whole new one just to like
it's like
have
this whole
one
idea,
with
like
Shaq.
infinite realities and like infinite universes, right? Where there's just like infinite combinations of how things went.
See, I do subscribe to that in many ways. I do kind of believe in the multiverse theory. I don't necessarily know if I believe that it's all like copies or instances or re-instances of our timelines or universes, but I do believe that there's more than one universe. Like there's multiple universes, and I mean in terms of the fact that there's multiple timelines. So like our Big Bang is like one timeline, 13.8 billion years of time that's occurred in our space. But there's other spaces that exist within and between our space, presumably, and by many theories, inside of black holes or on the other side of black holes.
Yeah.
So, and there's like millions of black holes. Like there's like as many black holes as there are stars kind of thing. Maybe not that many, but I think so.
I believe you.
You know, there's a black hole, supermassive black hole at the center of almost every galaxy.
Oh.
So the Milky Way galaxy, which is what we live in, I'm just quoting myself from my own book, by the way, right now.
Oh,
so
check it out,
I'm
everybody.
literally quoting myself, but that's the highest credibility you can have. But no, this it's real science based on what we know so far. Is that at the center of almost every galaxy is a supermassive black hole, larger than like any star and denser, and it has so much gravity, and that's what's pulling us, and that's the spiral shape that we see in our galaxy. It's pulling all the stars and everything toward the center, and at the center of a black hole, of every black hole, is a singularity, a point of singularity, which is like what happened at our Big Bang. You reach a singularity and then you reach a Big Bang. And so at the center or on the other side of those could be a whole new universe that's just on its own timeline.
Right. Yeah,
You know?
I freaking love thinking about this.
Yeah. And each one of those is made so we can have Kazam and Shazam.
Yeah.
It's all because we
On the
need more
other-
content.
On the other side, they've got
There's not enough
Shazam.
comedies
Yeah,
out
right.
there being made.
About genies.
Yeah, so we're going to do this very elaborate scheme. So I don't know how, it's crazy though, because we don't really actually have evidence for a lot of these things. It's just the theory that works according to the math, but there's no like proof yet. So I don't know. And there's other ways of thinking about being in a multiverse or on these different timelines that doesn't have to necessarily include that, but this is the metaphysical look at being in a multiverse, I guess, with multiple dimensions.
Yeah.
Who are we? And who are you? So that was Kazam Shazam.
Yes. It's
Sounds
okay.
like the name of like a shit punk band. Kazam Shazam.
Kazam Shazam, like a
Yeah.
ska band or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like
That'd be a good ska band. We're gonna be skanking on the show now here too.
For sure.
I scatted on the last episode,
Oh, yeah.
didn't I? I forgot about that.
You did.
And so if you're just watching this one and you didn't watch the last episode, I did not poo live. I scatted like skidded about. It's kind of scatting. I had to do it
And
very
it was
monotone.
about that same quality.
Yeah, well, I did it monotone this time because I wanted to avoid actually scatting. Because how can you scat? How can you talk about scatting without scatting? How do you even like reference to it without, you know? I can't pretend that I'm. It's because they're all onomatopoeias. They're all words that sound like sounds.
What?
Like bing and bop, right?
Bop.
Bing and bop are onomatopoeias.
Bing,
They're words
bop.
that sound like words.
Whoa.
Bing bop, ba-da-da-bop, bee bop. That's something different though.
I don't know why. That just blew my mind right now. I'm like, whoa.
Bing, bop,
Pop.
bang. Those are all examples of, you know. But then so scatting is like all that. Just skiddity bop bop
Right.
bop you know.
Interesting.
That was a real take for everybody.
Yeah.
Last week was better. I put my all into
We're
it.
learning. Okay, so this next one, actually a callback to the Pokemon that we
I was
were
hoping
discussing.
to do this one. Wait, I don't
All right,
open
you
it.
fucked it up, but
Too
that's
soon.
fine.
I closed it right away.
So, Pikachu's tail.
Pikachu's tail.
Do you recall?
The butt plugs?
Yeah.
I recall the butt plugs with that was episode 3, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to shove his tail up your rectum?
Preferably not.
If you were to do that, would there be a black spot on the tip of his tail?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The only way I'm putting a Pikachu tail in my ass is if he's got a black spot on the end of it. No other Pikachu toy going in my butt.
But you
So, yeah.
watched
Yeah,
it as a kid, right?
Certainly.
Do you recall there was a black,
Yeah.
or like it was dark on the
Yeah.
end of his tail?
I think I do, yeah.
Yeah, other people I asked about this who actually watched it as kids
Mm-hmm.
too recall there being a black tip. And if you'd like to open the picture now, you will see to your horror
So, well, which one is the real one?
the one on the right.
The one on the right. So there is officially, according to, I guess,
My research.
somebody out there, according to the others, it's that. But we're on this timeline. We're on the left timeline. At least I am.
Right, but no, apparently it's actually just got no black on the end of the tail. And it always never did.
See, like, I feel like I do remember, but at the same time, like, as a neuroscientist, it does make me think, like, there's certain things that I understand that could compel you to, like, confuse it, like, by looking at his ears, and
Yes.
it's on the tip, it's like, your mind can associate things in different ways. Like, it's like the fucking, fuck me for bringing this up, that blue dress, green dress bullshit that was huge a couple years ago. We have the hottest
gold
references.
dress?
The
Or what was
most
that?
topical. Yeah, or whatever. Green,
Or
gold, like
blue
all
or
the
white,
colors.
blue
And
or
it's
white?
like, yeah, see, that's the thing. And nobody even knows. It's all the colors. Like, it's different for different people's minds. And it took me a long time to kind of actually come to realize that like, literally, other people see shit, like, that you don't see. They'll just see it another way because that's how their brain processes it. They think
Yeah.
about it that way. Not, it took me so long to realize, like, all our brains don't, like, we don't all process the same
That's
stuff.
freaking
It
weird.
just doesn't happen that way. And it's way different
Well,
for
yeah,
kids.
'cause it's like,
and
we're
old
taught
people.
what the different colors are, for example, and it's like when we're looking at something that's red, my red could
Yeah.
be very different from your red.
Exactly, and we don't know that.
Yeah.
We really don't know, and we're talking about we got other. This harks on other thought experiments that have been talked about in philosophy. This one is known as well. The title of it is called "What It's Like to Be a Bat," and it was written by Nigel.
Oh, I
believe
feel
his
like
name
I've
was.
potentially.
You may have. It comes up a lot in, say, certain psych classes, philosophy classes, like in undergrad. I remember learning about my undergrad, but basically the whole premise and principle is you can never know what it's like to be a bat. You could say that about anything. You could say what it's like to be a
Yes.
hamster, what it's like to be a jackie.
Yes, where
It's
was
the
this? I
fact that
learned
you
this.
can't know what it's like, so you can never have the experience of being somebody else, and that's exactly it's kind of what it comes to, yeah.
Oh my god, I just want to go home and get stoned. Just like think about all this.
Yeah. So there's Nigel though in the bat. There's another one though that you're talking about color called Mary. The name of this thought experiment is called Mary the Colorblind Scientist, so basically this one is Mary is the scientist, Mary the color scientist. I think she's not colorblind, just a color scientist. So she's a scientist who's like an expert on colors.
Okay.
She was born and lives in a room with only black and white objects. Nothing in the room has color. Every single thing in the room that she's born and lived in and kept in for her whole life. It's a thought experiment, so it's not like some cruel real thing that happened. But, so imagine you're a person, you're kept in a room, you've never seen anything your whole life that's black or that's not black or white. You've never seen a color in your life.
Right.
But you've read every book that's ever been made about colors.
Whoa.
You've read everything there is to know about colors. You know that this level on the frequency is ultra blue light, and you know that this is ultraviolet light, and you know that this is regular visible light.
Yeah.
You know all those things. Infrared light, you know all the science. But you've never seen a color. But then one day you're brought outside, and then you're shown something. You can finally see color. The question of this whole thought experiment is, did Mary learn something new?
Or did she always know what it would look like, kind of thing?
Well, because she knew everything that there was to know about colors. She
Right.
read every book on colors. She knows every single thing about colors, but she'd never seen a color in her whole life, and so did she learn something new? And that's a question, and it comes down to how philosophers usually tend to describe it as something called qualia. And qualia is this thing that we use to just explain, like, the qualia, or, like I said, the information, almost like that there is some new, it feels like there's new information that she's gained.
Right.
Doesn't it?
Oh my god. This is so fun.
Jackie's not high enough. I want to think so bad. She's not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah, seriously.
All
That
right.
is super
So it's
freaking
deep.
cool.
I mean, all y'all think about that, you know? Take some time. Let us know what you think.
yeah,
But,
I feel like the
it's-
theme of this episode is just like, whoa, man.
Whoa. Seriously, actually, you're not wrong. I think it's kind of what it's turned into, because it's a lot of interesting philosophy and physics, and you kind of just have to think about it. And the thing is, there's no
Yeah.
answers. I mean, people have been, like, these are questions that go back, like, hundreds of years that philosophers have been, like, working on,
I
trying to
love philosophy.
have arguments about. And
Not enough to, like, get a freaking doctorate in it, but...
I mean, technically, all PhDs are doctors of philosophy, too, right? Which is trippy. It's kind of annoying. It's like, fuck. You know, it doesn't sound as good. It's like a doctor of philosophy in neuroscience is technically, because it's like the Latin of PhD is how it works out. So it's always
Whoa.
philosophy doctorate, PhD,
Wow.
philosophy
That's how
doctorate.
fucking
Yeah.
far away I am from getting a PhD. I don't even know what it fucking stands for.
Where does this acronym? More acronyms
Yeah,
that Jackie doesn't know.
exactly. Fuck. All right. This...
I forgot to put mix in that. Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
It looked
what a
It
mistake.
looked just like watered down from the ice.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I'm a bitch.
It's a commitment.
All right, there was one more.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the Monopoly Man. I feel like you keep opening these before you should. Do you recall him having a monocle? Don't look at it.
I am here to ruin the segment. I do recall him having a monocle. Yep, definitely.
Okay, see, so do I. Turns out, he does not.
Another one. What the fuck?
Yeah. And the other picture that I had sent you actually showed a picture of, like, the
Him.
game.
Yeah, that's what I would like to see too. I would have liked to see that, Jackie.
Yeah.
See?
I bet. And, you know, maybe if you just followed directions, then we'd still have that.
You were trying so hard to fucking rip me one. I know you're mad about it. You haven't told me you hate me yet today, so I guess I haven't.
Oh,
been,
right.
I
That's
guess I haven't
true.
done
That
enough
hasn't
damage.
happened yet this episode. It's unspoken.
It's unspoken.
Actually, since this has been probably one of the least prepared segments that we've done,
Where else can we go with it?
I have another one. I don't know if you can potentially find it on
Okay, yeah.
YouTube, because I obviously didn't yet. It's actually another one from Star Wars. So there's the line that's pretty iconic, right? Of Luke, "I am your father." Okay, see, now you are... Get out of here. It's
What?
actually a like a video, I'm saying. Like, if we
Oh.
could find like a little clip of...
This?
but that's actually going to be someone's explanation.
Because
So.
it's like a fucking reaction video or something.
Yeah, so if you
That's what
literally,
we're
like,
doing.
I don't know, if you type in...
Mandela Effect, Katina, Star Wars. Luke, I am your father. Is that
yeah.
what we're looking for? I remember that's a very iconic scene, though. Luke, I am your father.
Right.
Star Wars. So you just want to watch the scene back, kind of? Star Wars, I am your father
Sure.
scene, full unedited.
But we don't have to
Hopefully
watch
we'll
the
be able to
entire
show
thing.
this, but we'll find out. I doubt it.
Oh,
So
it's,
probably not.
no.
No.
Oh no. Okay.
I don't think we'll be able to show it,
Go
but
straight to the clip. The bottom one.
what?
Yeah. Go down one. Go back.
Go back? Yeah. Okay.
And then the one that says 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
This one here, yeah, okay. It's because we got to worry about showing stuff on YouTube. He does not look good there. He looks very disheveled. It actually looks like his hair's already kind of burnt the fuck up, but it's not. Anyway.
Have you seen him now? I feel like it looks better then.
Yeah, okay, let's see.
We don't necessarily have to watch this entire thing. It's really just like the one line.
The scene,
I don't
yeah.
know where.
Well, it's 30 seconds.
Whoa.
You told me you killed him.
Wait, what? Go back
So
for a
that
second?
was the line. He said it. His voice is so muffled, like he's like a pop smoke. I don't think it went back far enough.
I don't think so either. See, if you hear it there's no Luke.
Oh yeah, he just says, "No, I am your father."
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's the one, and everybody always says, "Luke,
Yeah.
I am your father." There you go. You still won one here. I've never seen that one before.
Right? Weird, eh?
That was serious.
There's other ones too where it's like I don't even honestly know what it's from, but it's like maybe it's Crocodile Dundee or the
Crocodile
guy saying
Dundee.
like, "That's not a knife. This is
That's
a knife."
And then Family Guy did that too. Let's see. Let's just have we'll do a quick look over. What else is there? The Curious George, Flintstones.
Yeah, the Fruit of the Loom one gets me because I definitely
Loom.
remember there being the
Yep.
fucking cornucopia thing.
Is that what you would call it? Kind of cornucopia. I do remember that. Looney Tunes. What's different about this Looney Tunes one? Oh, Tunes versus Tunes.
Yeah, so apparently it's not two O's.
What? Well, fuck me.
Right? See?
Tunes versus Tunes. How did that one not make the cut, Jackie?
Oh.
Fuck me,
Okay.
right? Jackie hates me. I see what there's a lot here. I mean, I'm just...
Well, exactly,
These are
right?
fun.
Oh, there's
Very
the
cool.
Monopoly one that you
Yeah.
didn't,
This one?
no.
Nope.
That one.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is where this one, no monocle. No
Nope.
monocle. We're definitely on a new timeline here, folks.
See?
Everybody check your seats, put your seatbelts on. Shit is getting crazy.
We are in the goo.
In the goo, what does that mean because goo to most men these days means the gulag in war zone.
What?
It's what we call the gulag is often referred to as the goo.
Oh, okay.
Because you're in the gulag in Warzone, and at least I don't know, probably 150 million people will get that reference compared to the the three who didn't probably got my Pokemon reference a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
The
no, the
gulag.
goo is in was it the Matrix? Where they're in the
Literally goo.
Yeah.
Goo. Like goop. Short for goo. Or goo, short for goop. Okay. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
kind of
so
a
that was
gross
my
one.
segment. Thanks for fucking it all up.
I think you did a fantastic job, all things
Despite
considered.
everything.
Despite my incompetencies. I'll own that.
I
Did
feel
you-
really strongly about this episode. I feel like it's gonna be, it's gonna be good.
Absolutely. I feel that way about all of them. Especially
Oh.
the ones that I compromise. It's all good. It was so good. But people, it will really help. We did talk about each of them, but if you want to see them specifically, go check out the
It's very visually.
check out the video. Okay, nice.
Dependent.
Yeah, we're just about at 60 minutes here. I think I'm just gonna show one more thing here. If I could open it, would be really cool. I would like to have it open. All right, so this is because I've been really enjoying these videos lately. So the NASA Perseverance Rover has landed on Mars.
Right.
We're looking at becoming an interplanetary species. Given everything else we've talked about today, I think it's only topical to go even deeper into this fucking
Aliens.
crazy alien mind warping discussion. And so this is the Perseverance rover. It's like the largest object that's ever been launched and like landed on Mars. And it's incredible. And the images that it's sending back are just fantastic. It's showing us so much stuff. So this video was posted 2 days ago from NASA of them. This is it landing. They dropped it from a satellite.
To subsonic speeds, and the heat shield has been separated. This allows both the...
So this is the photos that it's taking as it's landing.
Velocity solution, 3.3 meters per second.
Nuts.
Altitude, 7.4 kilometers.
Now has radar lock on the ground.
Oh, that's so cool.
So now it's on Mars and it's sending back like full 360 cam, incredible images, and it basically looks like desert Earth. Like
Yeah.
Speed is about 30 meters per second, altitude of about 300 meters.
Wow, this is pretty wild.
Of Mars.
so the idea is that look at the solar, well not solar winds but Mars winds, like those are
Wow.
winds that it's passing through as it's landing, and
Speaking the fans,
it made the land. Fantastic Mars 2020 Perseverance.
Who the fuck are you guys? What the fuck are you doing here? Hope you got insurance and shit.
You can go to jail for a long time for this.
What, free TV?
It's not free. It's like stealing.
Stealing? You guys are beaming a signal in this fucking trailer park with my permission, not me. So I got these little things that pick up that signal from space. How the fuck is that stealing? What, do you own space? No, NASA does.
NASA.
Rocket people, perhaps you've heard of them?
It's NASA.
Okay,
So-
that was so wholesome.
Wholesome as fuck. And I
NASA.
surprised me.
Celebrate.
They have like 65 million followers on Instagram. NASA.
Wow, I should follow. I can't believe I haven't.
You should. I fucking love getting their videos, and now it's like lots of content about that, and it's like a good TV show basically, like just watching it. And well, I guess the idea that they're really trying to push, and like this is like a Elon Musk thing too, is that it's like you have to become an interplanetary species if anything does happen to the planet, and
Right.
just to have something else out there, and the idea that maybe
Protect the
there's
species.
like maybe there's been other species to live on other planets, but they never made it off of their own planet, so they
Right.
never. That's why we've never found them, perhaps.
Yeah.
You know.
I was watching something about him the other day, and he was asked. I think it was actually. I think he was on Joe Rogan,
Mm-hmm.
and he was asked about aliens, and he's like, I just thought it was so funny his response. He's like, they're being really subtle,
Yeah,
like if
awfully
they're out
subtle.
there, like.
Honestly, I think I would know if there were aliens. I don't know, man. They're real civilization. They sure are subtle.
I watched that whole interview because I find everything he says to me is just fascinating.
I
to watch
agree.
him like at work, and yeah, I like that. Being really subtle.
Yeah.
Like, I think if anybody would know about if there was aliens, that like I'd know. He's like, I
Right.
want it. He's
Yeah.
like, I think I would be the guy. Like, it's so true though. Like, they would tell him somebody, and I don't mean aliens, but I mean like if it was known, like he
Right.
would be the guy to know. Unless he's on the inside and he's keeping the information from us too.
Right? They've already gotten to him.
He's part of the reptilian gang.
Yes, the conspiracy continues.
He does have the riches for it, but I just find him, I don't know, it's like watching him at work is history in the making, which is why it's fascinating. 'Cause
It's so true. It's like finally a rich person who wants to actually like do some cool
do
shit.
good.
Like,
I like to think that Bill Gates has tried to do good, but it's hard to know because there's so many shady stories, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like
space travel.
I genuinely feel that Bill Gates is trying to do a lot of good things in certain programs that he gives back to. He's tackling different issues like making it easier to like poop in Africa and stuff, and have clean water and all that.
Sure.
But the space travel is kind of wild, and I mean Elon Musk is just expediting it, taking it to a new level.
Yeah, like privatizing
Exactly.
space travel.
By doing that just really took everything to a next level.
Yeah.
Jackie's killing us with the knowledge here, bringing in her SpaceX. So, I mean, and this is NASA. We're not even talking about SpaceX, but they got the
But
Land
we should
Rover.
be.
SpaceX is talking about launching over there in a couple years. Getting onto another planet, terraforming that planet could be crazy. Imagine
The
that's going to be
future
TV
is
for
now.
us. Like I'll watch that every day if that's a channel. Like,
Absolutely. Like seeing the
just-
first people on Mars.
Best reality show ever.
And
Not
probably
even the trip over.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way there.
I feel like aren't they just gonna be sleeping?
It's not like no, they're not gonna be in like a cryo sleep or something. I don't think.
How long of a trip?
I think that it's supposedly like it's either I'm recalling either 6 months or 2 years. I think it's 2 years, but they could get it down to like 6 months if they hit the right spot on the right ellipses, basically.
Okay.
But it's about like 2 years, so you got to be on the ship. You got to get there, and then. So I guess like have food and all those things that you got to consider. So maybe they would try to put them under anesthetic, but I feel like that probably would not make the most sense.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what are you going to be doing on a freaking...
Maintaining it probably. I think basically everybody, it's 7 months, he says. Okay, for Firdaush, the producer, coming in close. So apparently it's like 7-month trip to Mars. So, because I think pretty much everybody who's going to be on that is going to have to be like a very essential person. Like we're talking essential worker to the max in the sense of like being able to like contribute in different ways.
Fornicating. We do not
know
what happens to children
born
or embryos.
In space. Yeah, maybe they turn into some kind of alien. Maybe
or
that's
like gravity.
The first alien. The first alien would be born in space.
They'd be technically a Martian.
Fucking crazy. That's some new grounds. That is kind of what it... Wow. The first baby's going to be born... I bet you, though, there probably definitely should be some rule of, like, no fornicating.
That is what he said. He has said that he doesn't want anybody to... Because they don't know what happens to, like, a fetus in that type of gravity.
I thought it would be, like, a planned fornicating. Like, certain people were intended, like, you're the ones who are going to bring babies out.
Oh, I don't...
That's what I would assume, but maybe not yet. I guess because they're still hoping that it's not going to be a one-way trip. That if you do get sent to Mars, that you could, in theory, still come back. But seems like a lot. Like it'd be like
I feel like you're probably in for the long haul.
You almost got to be at that point, but you're changing. That's history right there.
Yeah.
So all right, you know, I'm gonna definitely continue to watch the development of this. I mean, the images it's sending back are great, so check that shit out. Go follow NASA, you know?
Yeah, and follow us.
Yeah. Please, you can follow us, you know?
Crackerjack _93.
Matt_comedy. And the show, No Offense, you can find it on all platforms. And MattBuchananStudios.com and Matt Buchanan Studios on all platforms. It's all there. Stay tuned for the next episode. Episode 6 coming soon. We're halfway through the first season, everybody. Fucking Jackie gave us the guns today. Did you see that? She gave us the guns. He gave me the wink and the gun.
I don't know what you mean.
All right, everybody. It's another reference for no one. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
I'm going to do a salute this time.
Yay.
Fuck yeah. America.
Fuck yeah. Was it something to save the motherfucking day? Yeah.